Have you ever wondered what happens on the other side of the line when someone calls 911? What starts as a simple call for help sometimes ends in pure terror. Get ready to hear 10 real emergency calls that not only chilled the blood of those on the other end of the line, also resulted in situations no one could have imagined. Someone broke into my house. I'm scared. Imagine receiving a call like this. Child, alone at home, hiding under the bed while hearing heavy footsteps getting closer. She tries to hold back her tears, but the trembling voice gives away her fear. The operator tries to calm her down, promising that the police are on their way. But before help arrives, the phone goes completely silent. What happened next? Not even the police could explain. The house was found empty, the child gone. Two, a mother's desperation. "911, what is your emergency?" "Please, they took my daughter. I don't know what to do." The scream of a desperate mother tears through the silence. She was just a few meters away from her daughter when everything happened. One moment, the girl was there playing. The next, she was gone. The woman runs in every direction, but finds nothing except a toy dropped on the ground. Her voice grows louder, more hysterical. But like a nightmare becoming reality, the end of the call is as dark as the beginning. The child was never seen again. Killer on the other end of the line. 911, what's your emergency? I killed someone. This type of call isn't common, but when it happens, you feel a chill down your spine. A man calls confessing to a heinous crime. His voice is calm, as if he's talking about the weather. He describes in detail what he did, almost with pride. The police arrive minutes later, but what they find is something straight out of a nightmare. The man was sitting beside the victim, smiling, still holding the murder weapon. Voice no one could forget. "911, what's your emergency?" Unknown. He's here. This call left everyone bewildered. The voice on the other end was indistinct, almost a whisper, full of fear. There was no clear information, just the constant repetition. "He's here." The operators tried to trace the call, but without success. Days later, the body of a young woman was found in a park. And the recording of the call was the only clue, a clue that led nowhere. The voice still haunts the operators who heard it. Five, the paralyzing fear of a lonely man. "911, what's your emergency?" "Man, someone is in my house. I can hear them breathing." A lonely man living in the middle of nowhere calls 911. He's locked in his room, can clearly hear someone walking in the house. Every step echoes in the darkness, every breath mixes with his own, every sound seems closer. He tries to stay calm. The terror is palpable. When the police finally arrive, they find the house empty, except for a pair of dirty footprints leading straight to the bed where the man was hiding. A night of horror for a group of friends. "911. What's your emergency?" "Something is following us. We're all here, but something's wrong." A group of friends decides to spend the night in an isolated cabin. What begins as fun quickly turns into terror when they realize they are not alone. Strange sounds, shadows in the windows, and the growing feeling of being watched. The call ends abruptly as everyone starts screaming at once. When the authorities arrive, they find the cabin abandoned with all belongings still there. The friends, nowhere to be found. "7. The final call of a bride." Operator 911, what's your emergency? "Woman, I'm trapped in the car. He won't let me out." A woman about to get married makes a call from inside her car. What should have been the happiest day of her life quickly becomes her last. She says she's trapped, that someone locked the doors and is waiting outside. She describes the person as someone she knows, but her voice grows weaker with each second. The car was found at the edge of a river, empty, with the driver's door open and a trail of footprints leading to the water. The voice on the other side. "911, what's your emergency?" Silence, followed by a sinister laugh. This call was an enigma from the start. The operator answered, but all he heard was laughter. Not just any laughter, but something that sent chills through everyone in the room. The call lasted only a few seconds, but it was enough to make everyone uncomfortable. The call was traced to a house that had burned down years earlier. The voice, never identified. A father's desperation. "911, what's your emergency?" "Man, my daughter. She's gone." Father, desperately searching for his young daughter, calls 911. He was playing with her in the park when, for a second, he lost sight of her. In a matter of seconds, she disappeared. He shouts, calls her name, but there's no response. The call is interrupted when he sees something, or someone. The last thing he says is, "Oh my God." The police never found the girl, or what the father saw at that moment. "911, what's your emergency?" "It's coming for me. I can't escape." The last call was from a person in panic, who believed they were being followed by something, or someone. She was driving at full speed on a deserted road. Her voice was filled with terror. She knew there was no escape. The call ends suddenly with the sound of an impact. When the police arrived, they found the car empty, with scratch marks on the outside, as if something had tried to force its way in. These 10 calls are just a glimpse into the horror that sometimes hides on the phone lines. Each one represents a moment when fear, desperation, and terror became tangible. They are reminders that what we hear on the phone can be much more than words. It could be the last echo of someone facing their worst nightmare. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more real stories that will keep you up at night. This content is part of an interest survey. Let me know in the comments if you liked this video format and share your honest opinion. Maybe I'll make a playlist with a compilation, true and unexplained stories.